Sunday. But it's I'm just so proud of our guys. Somebody just said it upstairs. We went out of character a little bit. I don't think we did that Sunday. But today we did. I think we all got down a little bit. We got a little frustrated. We were chipping at each other. We really were. And that's not us. That's not us. Myself included. That's not us. And at one point in time, like even Coach Farrelly was saying, like, the huddles weren't like they needed to be. There was no fight. In other words, they were quiet. We lost our fight for a little stretch there. And so to get it back is what is makes me as proud as almost anything that happened tonight. Because we could have died. We could have said, well, you know what? We had the good run, and these guys are pretty good. So, and these guys just wouldn't give in. So, I mean, we beat, and I said this too, and I said this to the guys. The championship goes through Iona and Loyola. They went to the NCAA tournament last year. So until somebody else goes, those guys, to me, in my mind, they're like the co-champions. They both went to the NCAA tournament. So, a ton of respect for those guys, and of course Loyola too. And let's see what happens from here on in.
Juan'ya, how did it go from, as he was saying, kind of slipping away towards taking that game back?
Everybody head was down at first, and I think me and Mace just talked it over and tried to be vocal leaders. Try to get everybody together and start playing harder.
You guys seem to, you had much greater success with penetration. It was just like, was that just a determination? Was there anything that changed other than going to the hoop?
Wasn't any fancy X's and O's. It was just, I've always learned that, this is a player's game. And my job is to put some stuff together out there to give the players a chance to play and make plays. And that's in the end, that's what it did. I don't think we ran the same play for the whole whatever. We just, go make a play. And then, different guys stepped up, did what they had to do. I think a real telling stat for us, and I think this is why we got a little bit down too, is we were getting great shots, we weren't making them. Like our three best shooters go like 5 for 28 or something like that. So for our three best shooters to go 5 for 28 and still come out on top, still score 90 points is good.
Antoine, can you talk about that last possession of the second half, the tying shot, and what you saw? You were kind of involved with it, and I think you had a good look at Juan'ya's shot.
I don't know. It was just playing. We just all played together, so it was just a read.
With that last you're talking about the end of regulation, right?
4 shots.
Yeah. Like I'm going to sound like a coach. These guys are sick of me talking like a coach, but really, they went after the ball like it was the last rebound that was ever going to happen. And if you could do that all the time, if you could bottle that desperate, that relentless, that attackness, we'd be a little better rebounding the ball. Hint, hint, hint.
Did the three that tied it there at the end of regulation feel better than the ones right before it? Or, you know what I'm saying? Did it feel good leaving your hand there? What do you think?
Yeah, it felt pretty good. I try not to get as frustrated as I do. A couple games before I got frustrated, and I wanted to play through it.
Were you surprised you got 4 cracks at it?
Yeah.
It's just a will to win.
That's right, Mace. That's what it is. The will to win. We got that.
What about the shot at the end then? They said, he was just down there saying that. We know he likes to dribble into a shot. We talked about it, and, on the bench we knew exactly what was going to happen. In the locker room afterward, we knew exactly what was going to happen, but nobody did it when he was supposed to.
I was saying the same thing at halftime. Same exact thing. We knew they'd shoot threes. We didn't guard it. We knew they'd get second shots. They got them. We knew they'd run out in the break. Yeah. They did. So I share his frustration.
Were you thinking that shot the whole way?
Yeah. I was, early in the season when I had the ball in my hands and I passed it up, and everybody got mad at me. But, I just stayed focused.
But you passed it up the other night, too.
Yeah.
It's just your turn. And what is it about? This is a lot of close games now that this team has won. I don't know how many. 6 games you've won with 4 points or less, or something. 6 points or less, something like that. Why is that happening, Devon? What do you see?
I just think it's just coming down to the wire. Other teams they'd be up on us, but we just dig deeper, and keep on fighting through it. Pull away through it. A win is a win. No matter if it's by a point or by 20 points. As long as you get that W, that's all that counts.
You talk about the plays you guys made late in overtime.
To me, it was real scary. But the whole game, I seen Juan'ya, shooting short. So that one, was coming down to it, I knew he was gonna make it because it was just that feeling we had.
You guys did a great job on Arma. Arma didn't hurt you at all tonight. But you know, Lowry, who you didn't see the first time through, is
Yeah, I mean,
quite an impact today.
yeah, man, he's a terrific player. I thought, you know, Devon had 1 rebound at halftime, and to finish with 10 rebounds, that's pretty doggone good, especially because we're throwing him in and out, pulling him in and out a lot. I mean, they got a ton of talent, and you know, so as you said, you can shut down Armand, but they still got Momo Jones, and they still got Lowry, and the guy that killed us the first time was his 2 first names. What's it? Curtis Dennis. I don't know if he's Dennis Curtis or Curtis Dennis, but you know, he had like 5 threes the first game. He did it again. He did it again. He had 4. He had 3. He had 3. So he likes playing against us.
When you look at it too, and I mean, the first half you forced them into 9 turnovers, and that kind of fueled you. And I thought that they were shooting lights out in the first half, and that kept you close. Then the first half of the second half, they go up 14. I think you turned them over once in the first 10 minutes. And then you look at it, you end up turning them over 6 times the rest of the way, and the offensive rebounds go way up. I mean, kind of the things you guys got to do.
We had that stretch where we weren't defending, you know, and nobody gives. I kind of like this. Nobody thinks we play defense. Nobody gives us credit for playing defense. But you know what? We're not a bad defensive team. We're really not. We're not as good as we need to be to win a championship. We got to get better to win a championship defensively. But you know, when we want to play some defense, we can. And that's my when I get frustrated with these guys, that's my point. You know, we can be better defensively. So.
Did you know he was going to shoot it?
Yeah. And I have faith in him.
Are you good with that?
Yeah, I have faith in him.
Well, you were wincing a little bit late. Did you hurt anything there?
My hip. I think I ran into somebody.
As Marvin Jordan would say, "Shut up. You're fine."
Was
Ain't
anybody
time.
on the shot?
No, not really.
Perfectly fine to me.